because I didn't have enough time to like make a cute little thing. Hi y'all.
Hey.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to not Woody Royal Key, but a special edition of Hot Mess Mine. Look, missing one more. We need some like cute little nicknames, like Sugar and Spice and Salty or something, so we can be like,
Like for the three of us? Which one? What I?
yeah, for the three of us. So I can be, so we got Sugar and Spice, but we missing Salt.
I don't. I feel like she's sugar.
Well, yes, I'm just saying, like whatever
Yeah,
name
yeah,
you
yeah,
want
yeah,
to,
yeah, yeah.
whatever name we need, like a cute little, you know. I
Yeah,
mean, I
'cause-
know we are not doing these often or ever, but I always am like, we have to do a Hot Mess Minds, like
yeah.
just a reunion clip, just to let the girls know we are still here. And
Uh,
I'm still as busy as ever. That's so Aggie.
You are.
I'm like, oh yeah, like it'll be better next year, next month, next quarter. I'll be like freer. I'll be home more. I'll be
But
in
you
the
making
studio.
money, so it's okay.
Let's hope. Let's hope. Hello.
No, you be making money. I mean, you be outside. And you swear, and that's why I want to put on the record. You be outside.
I don't be outside. I will say that.
Okay.
I don't be. I hold on, let me send this to my siblings. Oops. Baby, the way that I would be once again hyperventilating if this is our show. Okay. Alrighty, y'all. We have so much fun things to talk about with you all. So, for those of y'all who have been with the Hot Mess Mind Train for a while, you know that we do Sextember. Sextember is my ultimate all-time favorite Hot Mess Mind show, and just special that we do just because like it's how I got folded into the Hot Mess Mind crew. They was booking and bustling before me, but I remember they were like, "Hey, we wanted like a queer perspective." I would say another word, but we on air.
Okay, that's not what we said, but okay, we wanted
That's not what
you.
you said. You wanted me, of course, but like like it was nice to have that additional sort of like that queer perspective and
Yeah.
that what man perspective as we were talking about just like different things. I will say though, girls know I'm very prudish, very much so.
That's why it's funny that this is your favorite, because it's like, okay.
Well, here's the thing. I love talking about sex. I love talking about consent. I love talking about freedom, reclamation, like all those things. I'm just not gonna do all that. And
Yeah.
I'm very, very prudish and very like like I like to keep my things buttoned up tight. But
And I'll be
I
letting it
do,
all hang out.
but I do like to have conversations about it. Like I think like so as we were taking so y'all we're gonna like get into like a hot button topic to just really get us going and flowing. Talk about Cardi B. As you see in the name, Unwrapped, Kinks, Cardi, and Confessions. And so we're gonna talk a little bit about Cardi B, talk a little bit about sort of our results from this quiz that we just took. Terry, oh like I forgot I have to share it. What up, what up, what up? And then we're gonna have some like cute Q&As that we're gonna do. Like what is it? Rapid fire that I have. They doesn't know what they are. I don't know what they are either because I just pulled them up, but I didn't read them. So
We all
let's
gonna be
hope they're
surprised.
good. Exactly. And if I don't like them, I'm not gonna say nothing. Without further ado, let's get into the Cardi B of it all. So, mind you, Cardi B is in the press for a lot of things right now. But what we want
press. Okay, I'm sorry.
Cardi don't need no press. And so I really want to talk about she did an interview with Call Her Daddy, where she was talking about and it was around her pregnancy reveal. And so for folks who don't know, hey Nix.
Hi, baby.
For those of y'all who don't know, Cardi B is pregnant. I feel like I talked about that on my show. So if you're here and you were on my show last week, I definitely talked about it because I was talking about the album release, the Rap Girls. It's a lot of drama going on now. So if we have a little bit of time, which you probably won't, we can get into that too. Because KOMG, I'm so happy to be back. But anywho, So Cardi, mind you, y'all, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I just looked at a clip, but Cardi did this Call Her Daddy interview, and she was talking about what was it, being a wifey or an eater, and
Mm-hmm.
so she was saying that there's a difference. Like people, like there's wifey material or XYZ, which we all know what wifey material is. Kay would love to know what your definition is. And then there's an eater. And so the way Cardi B explained an eater is a man, he not gonna what she say, he not gonna always remember something, but he gonna always remember his favorite eater. And
His
he's
best
gonna be
eater.
mad when he's going to be sad if he misses out on his favorite eater. And
Yeah.
like it's the girl or it's the person who. So here's my thing: is eater just head, or like I feel like people use eater in general
Yeah,
nowadays.
I feel like for me, because like all these new, I'm an auntie now, so all these new school terms, I'm just like, okay, that's this. Like for me, that I feel like that's just like yo main side chick for me, or
Well, but the thing
like
is,
who got
that's
the
not
best.
necessarily it's not necessarily your side because you can be single and have your best eater. Your eater is the person who you go your booty call essentially.
Okay, who got the best? Who got the best mouth? Or who got the best? Okay, I think it can be both.
Yeah,
Because people talk
and for
about
sure, a lot of times, yeah.
eating, different body parts. So I think it could go for.
And the thing is, people have sort of like they have or Cardi B was essentially saying in some of the clips I saw, did not watch the full video, but was essentially saying that people have people who they want to have a relationship with and they want to like develop a relationship with and like all these types of things. But that don't mean that that's the eater. It don't mean that they best eater. Like it's a separation. And so the
Yeah.
girl, the host was like, is there a world or is there like would you want there to be a world where the wifey and the eater is merged into one? And so okay, I want to know what's your definition of what would you describe a wifey and an eater? You talked about eater, and do you think that the two can coincide or does it have to be separate?
I think so. I'm big on. I feel like nowadays people are really big on like, oh, it's either this or that. But like we have many facets. Like
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like a eater is somebody like kind of like how you can have a whole phase and then you can be ready to settle down. I feel like it's like that. Like you can have your time where you're like, just eat. That's all I'm gonna do, and you ain't gotta
Yeah.
do anything else. Or like if you're a wifey, like you're like I said, you're ready to settle down. You're like, okay, yeah, I may do this, I may do that, but ultimately my goal is to settle down. Like I want to be your main, I want to be your wife, I want to be your whatever you're looking for. But yeah, they are different, but I think they can be the same. Like for
Mm-hmm.
me speaking specifically in my marriage, I guess I can say I started off as an eater. Like there was no, I don't know, and like I don't know, like rank wise, I don't know, but it started off just about the action, just about the things, and then throughout that time, throughout the interaction, it was like, oh, okay, so yeah, you can eat. But you also could cook, you could clean. I may want you to raise my babies one day. And so poof,
This can't be who I think this is.
see, look, both of them. I agree. You can mix and match.
Hi, Madison or Raymond. Have to see who. And Wicked, truly. I will say, nobody can ever say I'm their best eater.
Straight like that.
Like, actually, yeah, I won't go. I won't get on that on here.
Look,
But
y'all sitting here.
yeah, I don't think, and that's, I guess, unfortunate for them. But I do think that like, shouldn't you? I'm screaming.
Hey.
Hey Madison. Hey Ollie. But no. So I think that I will say I think that that's what you want. You know what I mean? Like you want to be with someone who completes you in so many ways. And so, like, I know it's fun and it's hip to say, like, all these things about, people want the person they'll never forget they best, whatever, whatever. But, like, if it's just a physical attraction or just a sexual attraction at that,
Yeah.
and just a sexual connection, sexual chemistry, what was it that stopped you from sort of having that that deeper connection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I know what a lot of people, and especially I would say a lot of queer folks and or queer men, queer cis, gay, whatever, men, they're some horn dogs. And a lot of times, like, they're not looking for that commitment. They're not looking for that connection. They're looking just for people to be like, oh, like, what are we?
Yeah. But
Ears?
it also depends on like if you are emotional intelligent. I feel like it depends on what you want, because if you're just like, oh, I'm just here to eat,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm here to find a eater, then that's all you're going to be looking for. So like if somebody is showing you those other qualities, you don't care because it's not what you want. You just want them to eat and go home. Like, okay, your Uber's outside. So yeah, I definitely think like I said, they can overlap, but it depends on what you want, like what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. And I think that that changes. And I wish I would have gave Miles a little bit more time, which I don't want to put too much of his business out here. I know he has shared in the past of the Sextembers, but like of those people who claim that they just want to eat and claim they just want to be buddies and all these like
Yeah.
F buddies, friends with benefits, all those types of things. But clearly they want something more. They're longing for something more. They're longing for like, oh, we should hang and we should do that. Wait, I thought
Yeah.
I just call you and you just call me. Why are we?
Yeah.
Why you want to cuddle and watch Netflix? We don't have to do that. Why you want to go to a movie? Like, so do you want to date? Do you want to get to know me? No, 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 no.
Yeah.
It's okay if you, because people are afraid of like making that first move too. You know what I mean?
Annoying.
But people aren't afraid to say, "Oh, I need this," and I know you got that, and holler at me and get me with that, and that's what cracks me up the
Yeah.
most.
Yeah. Like I
Wait, Kay. Miles, you know how you got in this.
but I feel like often, and you watch a lot of reality TV shows, so but like how you watch the shows, and like me, I be getting pissed off. I'm like, bro, y'all can avoid all of this if you just tell them what it is. Like whatever's going
Mhm.
on, like just put it out there. But people be so hell bent on like, oh, I can fix it, I can work it out by myself. But I feel like what people fail to realize is a relationship takes two. So
It
even though
does.
you may
Every
express
relationship.
something, yeah, you may express like, hey, I want this, or I only want this and not this. Like your response may not go with what I want, but maybe it's where we can have a conversation, okay, hey, you want a relationship, I just want to eat. Maybe let me eat and no cuddling, or you can always have a conversation and work it out. But I feel like people don't do that. So yeah.
So last question, so we can move on, because I'm sure the people like, I'm tired of hearing about eaters. Do you think that there's a cutoff time? Like, is there like you've been my best eater for 6 months, a year, 2 years? Like, when do it become something else? Like, or does it never? Like, to your point of like, is it just going to? I don't want this to never end. Who's seen that song?
Ooh.
It's like Summer Walker or somebody.
uh it depends, because if like I try not to put a time on things, because there's people who are like of a certain age and they've never had a whole phase. And if you ask me, I think everybody needs that at one point in their life.
My best friend never had a whole face.
See, and that,
But she's
I mean,
married. Like that's just who she is. She's married.
well,
She,
no, I feel like whole phase is not just like messing around. I feel like it could be doing some freaky ass stuff too. Like I don't know.
baby, do you remember who my best friend is? Like, if I'm approved, she's prudent. Like, it's it's I don't know, mind you, put her business out there either, child. But like I think that I agree with you. Though. I think that people need to explore, and I think that that's what I
I
really
like
love
that
about like
word.
I think that's what I love about Sextember. That's what I love about like taking these quizzes. Like it's about exploration. It's about like really knowing like, okay, what is and even on the quiz, it was the second quiz that you signed actually, okay? That was like if you did this, it was like, do you want to do it? And I'm gonna send the quizzes to y'all in the chat. Actually, let me send it to y'all now. Hold on, make sure I'll send my answers. Actually, hold on. Let me be careful because I want to send my.
We're gonna
I'm about
discuss
to send my
that.
results. Y'all not about to get me. And I will say, okay, I haven't looked at my results, but I do think that they're different than what they used to be.
Oh, I think mine was pretty much the same.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit more like
Come
adventurous,
on,
at least with the way I answer.
that
Nah,
was an evolution.
Yeah, I'm not doing too much of nothing, child. I think that ugh, this probably isn't even gonna really work. I should have actually did my like due deals to
I'm
sure.
opening it to see what it looked like.
Yeah.
Oh.
But anyway, but yeah, on the second quiz, Kay, the kink test, it was
Mhm.
like, do you want to take the special? And like, what are you looking for in this moment? And like, what do you? And so I kind of want to go on into the next topic, and staying on the Cardi B of it all, because you know Cardi B is someone, she's pregnant, she's freaky, she says WAP, she, you know, all these other songs, she's very open about like, yeah, I was just divorced Offset, like, you know, pregnant with Stephon Diggs, having his baby, XYZ, like talking about sort of her own agency, her own reclamation, her own pleasure. Like, do you see it, which I feel like you will, but you know, I'm curious, like, or what do you see this as a journey of reclamation, empowerment, really sort of owning herself, or is she just being her? Like,
I
is
feel like it's both. Like Cardi is so because my thing is everybody goes through similar things. Like
Mhm.
maybe you wasn't a full blown eater, but like you had your moments, you know, where you did things.
Mhm.
And I feel like people are really embarrassed to talk about it. But I feel like
Mhm.
Cardi is not that. Like Cardi is that girl. She knows she's that girl. Whatever
Mhm.
happens, like she started off on Love and Hip Hop as a stripper. She evolved into a rapper. People thought she was gonna be a one hit wonder. Then she was getting in beefs with Nicki, and now
Hey,
she's
hey.
that girl. She, you know, was with Offset. She has surpassed him. Like I feel like she continues to like elevate, and I love that about her. Even with her court case, like what other celebrity is doing that? Like switching their wigs. Like you cannot say Cardi is not Cardi because she's always gonna be herself. But I do appreciate her being so transparent with her journey. I mean, she doesn't really have a choice, but I appreciate her, you know, also speaking on it because it's like, for one, when I heard she was pregnant again, I was like, for one, y'all tried to make Cardi seem like she was just some freak nasty thing, but for whatever reason, Offset was still not satisfied. Not gonna get into that, but two, it's some people we know who got multiple baby daddies and they don't have money and they don't have nothing at all. So for her to do this, and not only like is it her prerogative, she's divorced, whatever the situation is, their situation. But even if she did have 5 different baby daddies, she could afford to take care of all her kids by herself.
Come on, Candy.
She have help. Like I want to say one of the videos, the newest baby was crying, and like somebody else was taking care of the baby, and I'm like, girl, that's right. Yeah, you go in there, pick your head in a check, and then go handle your business. And I
Mhm.
love it. So I wish people just leave her alone because that's my sister.
I do want to ask a question about this, about like, where do you see her pregnancy sort of shaping this narrative of like, you know, her talking about being a wifey, being an eater, her album rollout, all those types of things. Like, do you think that like her being pregnant like complicates it, reinforces it, like makes her relatable, like, you know, like on this journey that she is in this season of her life that she's in, because she's been very vocal just talking about just her
Yeah,
experiences. And like I think a lot of us had a lot of empathy for Cardi of just the Offset stuff of like the crashing out that she was doing behind him, like even before
yeah,
she got with Stephon Diggs and things of that nature, and like, you know, holding it together and like having a
yeah,
baby and having another baby, like keeping his family and taking care of his kids and keeping them, like, you know what I mean, like.
yeah. I feel like in my eyes, Cardi can do no wrong. Like
Mhm.
every opposition that has come up against her, she has handled it with grace like Cardi would. And I kind of just gave some examples previously, but Cardi is gonna be Cardi. She's gonna make her money. She's gonna let y'all know I don't give a damn. Cardi don't need no press. Like I don't need these niggas. Like, and I don't know if you heard, I want to say it was Summer Walker's last album where Cardi had like a little, I think it's the interlude, and she like had a message for Summer and was like, girl, put it in your music, make money off of that. Like, don't just be talking just to talk, like make money off of it. And I feel like she's shown that time and time again, especially with her and the fact that she's intertwining her business with her personal life and making money, because people are going to get the album, they're going to be like, what happened, what's going on? Like I love it. Like she is definitely, aside from Beyonce, her and her PR team are locked in because baby, I love it.
You had me till you compared her to Beyonce.
No, that's that she's not as good as Beyonce.
Well, but you said like her PR team. I think that her PR team knows how to pivot to keep Cardi as her natural self.
Yeah.
I think that Beyonce's PR team and other folks' PR team, which I think this is a strength of Cardi's, by the way. I'm not saying it's anything bad,
Yeah.
but I think Beyonce and them's PR team, like it protects them from even having to speak and say,
No,
yeah, like
but
you know what
that's
I
the
mean?
part. I'm not gonna say I don't like it because I respect it because a queen doesn't have to answer to a peasant. So let's just get that straight.
Yeah,
But the fact that Cardi has always been so vocal, I
maybe so.
appreciate her continuing to be like that. And whether the opposition comes from something she said, something she did, something that happened that she was involved with, like I said, she's always gonna stand 10 toes on who she is and what she believes.
Roll with the punches to
And I
get
respect it.
what's real. Yeah, I feel that, and I respect that about her as well. And so I think that like regardless of in this journey, she wants to be an either, or she wants to be Stefan's wifey or his other baby mama because he got another one on the way. What is it, ghetto twins? Like she's going to be what she's going to be. And I think that like going back to my initial question, I do think that like her just being herself, living authentically is a form of empowerment. And like like I think whether she wants to frame it in that way or not, it's like a reclamation of her own story. And to your point, Kay, you said like a few moments ago, like other people have similar stories. Like we know people with similar stories, and like
Broke people.
it's the shame. It's the shame that hinders them from
Yeah.
sort of like just own it. This is your life. Like honestly, like that's why I think I like being approved, because like I know I'm gonna just own it, and like I don't think I'm ready to jump on over to the deep end. And but like like but what did he say? If I did flirt, I'd own it, bitch. Like if I did do anything, and that's what I love about Cardi's embrace. Like
Yeah.
I'm going to shift.
Yeah. I feel like that's why I like Sextember too, because it's like I really don't care because I'm grown. But it's
Majorly
like
so.
yeah, we've all done things maybe we're proud of, maybe we're not proud of, but like it's life. Get over it. Like just own it and keep moving.
And why to be embarrassed? I don't know if you was on my show last week, but I was talking about I love how like the girl was like, "Oh yeah, you how you feel that you sharing a baby mama?" She's like, "Okay, girl, we just share a baby, we share a baby daddy or whatever." Like,
And he got
yeah,
enough money for
baby
it.
mama. Like, okay, I guess it's just what it is. Like, I can't change that now. Like, she was doing something pregnant, and I'm just like, what do y'all want? Like, the way that we have shame really control women, and like this sort of like narrative. So, meanwhile, the men are able to do whatever the hell they want to do.
They don't give a like no, and that's what's driving me crazy. Like everybody is going off and slandering Cardi for going off and finding a new man and getting pregnant. But where was the slander when Offset was continuously cheating on her?
And when y'all were laughing about it, when y'all were posting,
Yeah.
like, look, another one. Like, what is she supposed to do? Sit there and look? And
But
then
I can't remember who it was. I think it was some chick on Instagram. She was like, you can't basically she was like, you can't clown me about something that I own up to. Like
literally, and you
yeah.
can't. But okay. So I want to get into our questions, or not our questions, our results. And so thank you for indulging me as we talked about Miss whatever. Miss Cardi B, Miss Bill Khalees Almazar. And so I guess I'm going to look. Wait, so do you say you only have one of your results, or do you have both?
The second one I lost it. That was the long one. I have the King test one, but not the first one I sent you. I think I
Boy,
ended up deleting it or something.
wait. So the BDMS or BDSM test.
I don't think I have that one.
Okay. Well, I have mine, and I wanted to read my fuck, I should have looked up my actually I'm not gonna read all of this.
Look at me ready too.
But okay. So there's the power dynamic scales. And so I think this is so funny. I'm 35% submissive, but 20% dominant.
What? Okay.
50% switch. but 66% vanilla. This is the lowest my vanilla has been.
So you've gotten more vanilla.
No, I've gotten less.
You said this is the what?
This is the lowest my vanilla has been. My vanilla has always been
Oh,
like,
so
like
come
in
on.
the zero. So like, and it's like the term used to describe people who prefer traditional sexual relations or are not inclined to expand their experience. Yeah, that's very interesting. And I do think that my submissive and dominant, I think it fluctuates. I don't remember what it used to be. I have to like go back to like the old pages and look in the archives to see. But I think switch being the highest one makes a lot of sense. And then
Same.
of course it's the 50 master and slave, which can I tell you that one of my good Judies or former good Judies, you're my twin child, we're not close no more, but she, when she saw us take these tests, she would always think the master and the slave had something to do with race. And so she would always talk about like they would think that I was into like race play.
Oh Lord.
And
I
I
don't.
was
I
like,
will say I don't like the name. The word slave was like.
well, no, it's jarring. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I'm like, what made y'all think that that's something that I, and also what
No,
made y'all think that I would be actively proclaiming it? Like, if I,
wouldn't tell nobody.
if I did talk to somebody, I bet y'all I'm smart enough not to put it on camera, huh? And so I'm like, and it was like, well, you just like white men and white da, 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 da. And I'm like, who's saying that?
But I don't want them to call me the N word.
And so I thought that that was so interesting, and I used to like stay like having to like prove myself, which like once again the importance of having these conversations. And although I feel like a little uncomfortable reading a little bit of my results, it's like education helps break down some of these things and helps people
Yeah.
because like I'm sure other people have that same sort of like assumption about it of
Yeah.
like, oh wait, does that mean that you're into this and that? Mind you, girl, you're not gonna lock me up into nothing, and you're not gonna tell me like I'm not doing any of that anyway. Period. But like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a fun thing to play around with. Um,
For me, I think the funniest part when we did it in the past is when we all three would post our results and people had to vote on which. I feel
mhm.
like people almost never got them right, or
They
like
never did.
most of them were wrong. And I think that is so hilarious because it's like, oh, that's what you think of me?
I know. I will say, I do want to like mark. You heard it here first, folks. Next September, we're going to really plan out a good like either two sessions, two streams, or just like one session that we're really like interacting with people because like I want to really get down and like so when I
Yeah.
first moved to LA, it was 2020 or not when I first moved. It was when I first moved back. So it's 2022, I believe. No, 2021. I had because I was living with my brother for 6 months in 2020 in Madison. Hey, um, and then I moved back in 2020. No shit, I moved there in 2020, left, came back in 2021. Anyway, all that to say, that birthday, I wanted to do a sex party so bad, but like not like, and I kept saying that, and I had to like preface like, no, like I don't want us. Like, I don't want us like that's like no, 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 no. Like we're not going to see who's the best eater, but like I want to have a pleasure party. Like I really do want to bring that back of like having a party where like we get some bedroom candy, we start talking about sex, we start talking about like we take these types of quizzes, we have an intimacy coach. Like I think that there's so much like confidence that comes out of like people owning like what they're into and what they are a part of and like all these types of things. Like I feel like I even get more confidence as much as I could be a prude as much as I want to be, but like a fantasy is a fantasy, and y'all know my favorite girl, tickle that cat. And so like do what you want to do, honey.
Yeah.
And let the world be your oyster. If you want to spread your legs from here to here, then do that. If you want to make sure that Cardi B is like, girl, I don't know if I'm a best eater, but look, I can find out, huh? I
Yeah.
can ask. Oh look, Bestie Boo, own your kink,
Oh, hi, Lauren.
own your kinks, and own like just like explore, like like even
Why
not just
not?
do it. So maybe next birthday, maybe next. I feel like next birthday is going to
Do
be.
it.
This
Yeah.
birthday is too close. I'm trying to go to Thailand. I'm trying to get all my ducks in a row for that, which that feels so good. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But yeah, screams though. It says so. My brat though is 87%, and I do think that that is
That sounds right.
Yeah. I feel like that's low key low. I feel like I usually have like a 90
Mine
something.
is 100.
Wait, that's hilarious. My sadistic and masochistic tendencies, guess what they are, Kay?
I feel like they came up. They went down.
Maybe, I don't know.
I can't see yours being high. What are
They're
they?
0.
Okay, I can see that though. So, and let me just for people who don't know, because again, we're educating. So, Brad, and correct me if I'm wrong, Woody, Brad is like you want to be told what to do.
Brad is a demanding and disobedient, submissive, constantly questioning the dominant's authority. I won't go there. They want to be punished, so they deliberately tease and mock the dominant until they earn their temporary submission. At the same time, no amount of punishment will ever change their impudent behavior. Brad
Yeah.
experiences the plateau of sexual emotions when he can finally submit to a worthy tamer. Brats typically pair up with brat tamers. Like I feel like I wish I would have like read that a bit more sexual, but like I felt a little uncomfortable reading it. I'm not gonna lie. You
No,
would have read it. You would have bodied that.
it's funny because I don't know, like I don't know, and like that's what I said exactly, Lauren. Come on, education. Like if you just hear Brad, it's like okay, what's that? But then when you read it, I was like, okay, yeah, that's definitely like I can see that in me, or like I can see that in you. So it's very
Mhm.
interesting. But I will. What Jill Scott said, if you can tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do.
And if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do.
Mm-mm.
Period. And so my hot my hide and show, that's not what I reacted to. My hide and show tendencies, it's 50% exhibitionist and 37% voyeur, which I feel like they've gone down, but this is a different test. I
Yeah,
will say, I took this test kind of in a rush. I would like to take it in a more relaxed state and
yeah,
like really think and really salivate and like sit with the questions and like think about them.
yeah,
These things, as much as I like talking about them, the act of answering them like in the way that I did just makes me uncomfortable. Uh,
yeah. I feel like whenever it comes to like remember in school we had like the color test, like oh answer these situations, it will tell you your personality type. I'm so like, oh, it could be this, but this situation it could be this. So it's so
exactly.
difficult for me because I'm like, maybe if you like put a little wax, I like it, but I don't want no blood or nothing. Like it's levels, so I don't know.
Yes, there was a question, and it was like, anyway, I digress.
Y'all
But,
take
like,
the test if y'all
there was a
haven't.
question. Yes, I'm gonna link it on the video, and so take the test. It's gonna be linked on the video, in my bio or in the description. And so this is what I opened my eyes for. For polygamous and monogamous tendencies, I scored 25% monogamous and 75% non-monogamous.
I can see that.
I don't believe it. I don't believe in that. Like that's not how. You see how I'm stuttering? I don't believe in that in my normal life, in my day-to-day life. So I can't even imagine being okay with that in sex. Look, CC, a test, not homework. Yes, it's so
It's
fun.
fun.
What
Take
is
it.
this? That's why they say pick the first choice, don't overthink. But see, here's the thing. I want to me picking the first choice. I'm so prudent that I'm going to go with like the more closed off answer
Yeah,
immediately. And like I'm like pushing myself to be like, well, no, maybe think about this. What about that? Like I have to train and trick myself to be like, no,
yeah,
do it. Otherwise I'm gonna be like, no, I'm not,
mm,
no. Which is why I think I scored higher in this non-monogamous, because there were some things that I was like, huh,
yeah.
okay. But immediately I'd be like, no, I'm not doing that. Um
See, but I think that's the fun in it because it's like we all have
She
these.
said, "I'm living only 25% of my best life, please."
I feel like we all have these like preconceived notions, like, oh, this means that, or, and then you
You're
look into
right.
it and we're like, oh, maybe I'm not that, or maybe I am kind of into that. So I liked that the scale because I think it was like 1 to 7, the choices or something. It wasn't
Like
like,
that. Well, the other one was like that too, yeah.
yeah, it had like the choices, so I could be like, I'm not really neutral. I'm a little bit more no, but so I like that, and also
I
how
love that, yeah.
yeah, how they ask like, oh, would you be open to this, or on a regular, would you do this? I really like those because I'm like, I'll do it, but not like every day. So
Exactly. That's what I liked about the kink test. I
yeah,
will say, I think what got me is I'm so surprised I got 0 on sadist and masochist, which I'm neither of those. So like I'm not super surprised, like because of course I'm not gonna get something that I'm not. But
Yeah.
like, girl, I don't even like a slap.
Okay, read what that is because
Okay.
mine, sadist, I got 68, masochist, I got 66. And all I know is like pain and stuff.
So, a sadist are a special kind of dominants who experience sexual arousal and pleasure from causing pain to their submissives. Some experience pleasure from the process itself, others, the partner's emotions, moans, screams, crying, etc. It is one of those most dangerous roles in BDSM game that requires clear rules and restrictions. Sadists typically pair up with masochists. And then masochist says, a masochist is a submissive who derives pleasure and sexual arousal from certain kinds of pain um, inflicted on him by his partner. It is one of the most dangerous roles in the BDSM game and requires clear rules and restrictions. Masochists typically pair up with sadists. See how I can read that because that has nothing to do with me, and so like I feel like it's like whatever. The other
Okay.
one, I don't even remember what it was. I'm over here like, but I'm reading this like, yeah, let me read it again. Let me see what because we no longer strive to attain and understand information. We're just reacting and being reactive. Period. Period. Look at my cousin join the okay, Steven.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense.
It's
See, for me, like, because I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, being like in bondage, whether that's like being tied up in a rope or being suspended or like being in handcuffs or like tied to something, I want to say that's included. So, like, for me, it was like, okay,
I'm
that's
0% on that.
really
And I'm being restrained.
okay.
Restrainer or unrestraining.
Let me see what I say.
Once again, I'm not too surprised because I am very prudent. Um,
Maybe you should take it 2 separate times. Like take it, like Lauren said, just mark your first answer, your first thought, and then take it again and be like, hey, would I be willing to do this? Or would I be open? And then
and
use
I
it.
think that's what it is. I think I would be willing and I'll be open. And so I need to actually no, I wouldn't, but I think maybe potentially possibly with a partner. But
Yeah, always with the right person. And that's because, like, to say that I am definitely married, my non monogamous is 71. And I'm like, but it's like, I don't know, when I take the test, I just take it in general, not like, of course, my current life. So it's like, yes, some things I would be open to, but I'm also very open in general. Like, if there are
you
people
are.
that going on, like, okay, that's fine. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
Yes. Okay, so let's move on to kink test. And I want to know, since I talked so much about my report, tell me your trait category analysis. So your type, and then give me a little bit of your strengths and your challenges.
Wait, I just have the numbers, the percents.
On kink test?
Mm-hmm. I have just the results.
I don't think I even have mine.
Yeah, because that's how I was able to talk like with yours because I have my percents.
How do you look at that? How do you pull up your percentage?
That was the first thing that popped up for mine. Let me see if I have my original thing. And while I do that, I'll talk about some of my results. So my top one was Switch and Brett. 100% without a doubt. And the switch makes sense because, like I said, I am very like open. Like, like that could be cool to do it. Oh, it could be done. Like, yeah. My submissive is, I guess that makes sense. My submissive is pretty high. So my submissive, voyeur, which is like watching, and voyeur is participating, and exhibitionist is watching. Or did I
No,
just
exhibitionist is I think you doing it, and voyeur you looking. It's a peeping tom, voyeurism. And the reason why I know that is because that's a power on Charmed. And I remember I used to look up the powers on the things, and so that's how I know what voyeurism.
You're funny. But yeah, those are my highest ones, and that makes sense. So in the name of Sextember, and you kind of touched on it. Like, I think sex clubs are cool. Like, I've never been to one. I would like to, but I don't know. Just that freedom of people doing what they want to do, like, is. Mm-hmm. What you think, Woody?
So let's ask. I didn't want to interrupt you. I just was putting it up there. So the test is to gauge your preferences, not your openness. I think it's a mix of both.
Because if you're open to something, you may not prefer it, but you're open to it.
I think it's both. I think it's perspective, and I think that it's
Yeah.
like I think that it leans to your preferences, but I do think that like you still have to have some openness to it. You know what I mean? Like because if
Yeah.
you're closed off, preference or not, like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
it's not going to if it's closed up, you probably already know what it is, if that makes sense. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, you know what you like and you know what you don't like. But
Yeah.
there's a level of like an openness of like exploring your preferences maybe a little bit deeper. But I think that at its base level, I see it preferences, but I think you have to go deeper with the
Yeah.
openness.
Yeah.
I.e. me.
Yeah. And especially, I feel like the openness is needed when you're talking about things maybe you've never done. Like, I've never been tied up, but
Really?
no. So I don't
Terry, are
know.
you still on the call?
So I feel like it's both. But yeah, the most of the stuff. So Prey, Rope Bunny, Experimentalist. My vanilla is actually 78 too. So I think.
Mm-hmm.
mm. But the ones that I did not like, the whole little. I didn't know if it's anybody who does, but like the animal for me, I have openness to it, but I don't want to be a dog. I mean, I guess it depends on the animal. I'll be a dog, but like I don't want to be a duck. Like a duck is not sexy.
You don't want to be the duck, the little old dirty duck like the Dawn. They got to
No,
soap you down and clean you up.
no, get the Dawn. No, thank you. Go, no, like, mm-mm. The daddy, mommy. Eh,
You know I like them older, y'all. So I did get a little 25% of that on the first
see,
test.
but that one, I don't mind an age gap, but don't be talking to me like I'm your daughter. That's weird to me.
Look, Lauren said I want to be a duck.
Quack, quack, then.
Oh, period, Terry. Exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. And like the for me, what
And
you
do.
but the degradee and degrader, I have met people who do that,
I got
but
25% degrading.
hold on, let me see.
Here's the
I got
thing, though.
26.
I do. I am going to admit, I do like to sext. I do like to. I think I would be a great phone sex operator.
That's
Like
how I started off, so I'm down for that.
we were playing a game. We have to play it one day when I'm in town. I forgot what it's called. It's like essentially a would you rather. I first played it at Lauren's birthday last year. Shout out to the Tulsa crew. But I played it with my friends out here at a beach day for I think Devin's birthday. And like one of the questions, it's like you ask somebody who you think it's going to be. And so it's like do you think this person would be or would make a great like phone sex operator or something like that? And Devin picked me and I was like, what? Actually,
You thinking about it?
and I'm like, you know what? And I'm like replaying on Pose when Electra did it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, look, I can really get into it. Like I'm every quack quack Molly.
Oh, so question from that. So like thinking about just like the different types of kinks and like different
You see what's on the screen, Kay?
I am and I'm focused and like the different types of sex work there are.
Mm-hmm.
If there was another life where you could do something within sex work, what would you do? What would you want to do?
I think I would want to be a like maybe not an intimacy coach. I think I would maybe want to do, but I don't know. I kind of want to do intimacy coaching things, or maybe I don't know what an intimacy coach is. I think in my mind, I'm thinking about the people who are on set who makes like things comfortable for people, like to do what they do on TV. Like that's what comes to mind. But I think there's variations. I think
Yeah,
I want to make. I want to just talk about sex education, like at
yeah,
the very base level, like of like making it less taboo and more normalized and more comfortable, especially for queer folks. But
yeah,
like that's like coded in underneath. Like I don't want that to be the main thing because then people are gonna like it's gonna bury the lead. Like like
yeah,
I want to just talk about sex in a way that people are like disarmed and okay
yeah,
and comfortable and like all these types of things. Um
I can see you like helping in education, like write a
Mm-hmm.
curriculum or something. I can see you do that.
Mm-hmm. Like, or something of that nature, or like even presenting on it. Because like I think that's what that's what I really like about September. Am I gonna do it in my day-to-day life? No. But like I do love thinking about that. And I mean, honestly, girl, I'm hot. I'm fine. I'm sexy. Like if I wasn't too chained, catch me on OnlyFans. But I just mm,
Yeah. I think I actually know. Let me stop playing. I would be a dominatrix.
yes, you
I
would.
can definitely because I feel
Here,
like
you hear that?
I'm very, but no, but I feel like in my life now, I don't know what the opposite is called. I don't dominatrix. I don't. I want it done to me, but but in another life, I definitely would do it. Like it's this lady I followed on Twitter, and she's one, and she be like paddling men, and she like be pooping on people, mailing it, and I'm
Mhm.
like, baby, I'll do that. Like I don't see
You
nothing.
give that, and you give, yeah. I just did that, and like just so nonchalant.
I just ship some shit. I mean, it is what it is.
Hilarious. I don't know. Like I think that's why it was so hard for me to do the masochist and the sadist. Like I'm very like I don't know. Like I like to take. Look at this man. I
I'm not sending him no more links.
I I like I don't know. I like controlling things, but like I think the dominating of it all, like I just like I'm a little like uncomfortable a bit. Like I mean, I could do it verbally for sure, but like I think like the act of like physically, like um, being the one, like it just depends. It depends, but
Yeah,
like those levels that I don't think they're extreme because that's like to some people that's like oh
yeah,
girl that's part like that's the minimum. You gonna have to start off like that. Like you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like I think yeah, it's definitely
But
out of my comfort zone, but.
but they say that like when it is dominatrix talking, they say most of their clients are like white men in positions of power, like, and they are doing power things so much all day. They want a chance to, okay, let me be submissive, let me be told what to do. Oh, you want me to walk around on a leash? Okay, you want me to be squished up in this cage? Okay. And I think that's interesting because it's like everybody needs balance. Like I think that's important.
Yeah, you do.
I'll do both. I mean, I could definitely be a dominatrix, but I think I would want to be a sub because I feel like I'm very dominant in general. So I would like to see what it's like to be a little lamb.
But here's the thing, you don't think that like because I say that, but like you don't think that you would be like, oh yeah, and like if it's done the way you want it to be done. Look, I'm over here.
But no, I think that's a big part of letting go of control. You can't, like, if you're submissive, you don't get to control it.
And you okay with that?
Yeah, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's something very
Yeah,
freeing because
that's
my
a
thing is
good wife. Period, Terry.
I'm trying to let go of control. Like your girl got anxiety. I be trying to plan things to the T, and like it's sometimes I just want to go with the flow. Like I want to say what I want to say. I want to wear what I want to wear, and like I just want to not have control. I think that feels so good because I try to control so much. So I definitely
Mm-hmm.
like that balance.
Okay.
On
Okay. Period. Look at this man. Look at this man.
this brainstorming, I love you.
Exactly. Look at this one. Noted. So, okay, I'll read mine things then because you didn't get this AI personalized analysis report, and so I'm a little upset about it. But it says based on your responses, your profile indicates a strong inclination towards dynamic power exchange, a high degree of experimentation, and openness to various BDSM subcategories. Ooh. You exhibit a significant comfort level with both dominant and submissive roles, a keen interest in role playing scenarios, and a notable willingness to explore kink in diverse settings. This suggests a personality open to rich, nuanced, and evolving intimate experiences, particularly where clear communications are consent and consent are paramount. So, what I did like about this test that it was like, what do you think is like your superpower or some shit like that, and
Mhm.
and mine was like just clarity of like boundaries. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I think I'm
Is
very
you.
good at that. Like I'm very good at being clear about like boundaries. Otherwise I'm gonna start stuttering. Uh, it's an escape and a release for a reason. Uh-oh. Well, is that sub if you still? if you still want to do what you want to do, then well, yes, it's
No, it's not.
yeah, is it
Because
not?
you're gonna be told what to do.
But here's the thing,
Here
you
you go. You go. Go ahead.
you want to be submissive though, so like you're willing to do and be like you get a euphoric release from being submissive, just like they get of telling you what to do. So it's like you are getting what you want. It's not that you're not getting what you want,
No,
otherwise you won't
yeah,
be in that.
as a whole, I feel like you're getting what you want, but you're not doing what you want. I mean,
I mean, if you want somebody to kick you in your face, then yes, you want somebody to kick you in your
no, but
face.
if a sub is not gonna say. I mean, technically, you can flip the script and be like say you're the dominant person is gonna be like, hey, I'm about to paddle you, and say you like, oh shit, I don't really like that. Then you gonna act up so you really get paddled. So you're kind of getting what you want, but if you're like, oh shit, I don't want to be paddled, then you're gonna do what you're supposed to do, so you can get paddled and it can be done. But it's gonna get done one way or the other.
And see, that's why I know I'm not a sub, because if I don't want to get paddled, you're not paddling me.
Yeah, you're very like no, straight like that.
That's not how submission works. You don't tell the dominant what you want.
Exactly. You don't tell them, but you, like I said, you can't
It's an
tell them.
exchange. It's the boundaries and
Yeah,
it's the expectations and it's the like, hey, like I want, like like this is what the parameters of what I want. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's
yeah.
like
You
these are
don't
the
tell them,
parameters.
but you can kind of get what you want out of it in some sorts.
Yeah.
So
Look, hypothetical maybe. I don't know. I think, and so it says, I am an adaptable explorer with dominant tendencies. I possess multifaceted approach to sexuality, demonstrating a high capacity for both dominance and submissive exploration, with a pronounced leaning towards dominant roles. Your adaptability and experimental mindset indicates a deep curiosity and desire to engage with a broad spectrum of kink activities. This suggests a rich inner world and a proactive approach to sexual fulfillment.
come on, that sounds positive to me.
It does. I'm looking at some of these things. It says your challenges. I desire multiple roles. Dominant submissive switch may require flexible and communicative partners. Okay. High
Mhm.
scores in certain categories might present challenges in finding individuals with compatible interests and experience levels. The intensity of some explored kinks may require careful attention to aftercare and emotional processing for all involved. And then balancing a strong desire for dominance with the expiration of submissive tendencies can be complex and require clear negotiation. Which is like, just what I was saying. Like negotiation, clearly look, safety and consent. Thanks, no sub behavior though.
Till I'm like, no. Mm-mm. I think that's okay though, and this is where I'm not even gonna go down the tangent. But people who do things that are unwarranted, it's weird because it's like whatever thing you're on, whether it's weird, not weird, whatever, it's a spectrum. It's somebody out there who like it.
Yeah, don't yuck their yum, because there's somebody who likes it. There's somebody who they get their rocks off. They enjoy it. Yeah, and so I agree, and I think I forgot to set that intention at the top of the call, like we usually do for Sextember, of like we're here to be open. We're here to like come to be educated. We're not here to be like, oh, that's nasty. I'm not doing that. I'm not whatever. Like we will never move forward in having conversations about sex if we don't normalize those conversations starting now on this land. Okay. So let's jump into some rapid fire and then wrap up, because I gotta go soon, girl, for this good dinner I
You
got.
should be outside. Mm-hmm.
I'm at work. Let the record show. I'm in my office. It's cute though.
You do be
Period.
working hard.
One. Period. I can't wait to come and visit. Hopefully soon. Anyway, so rapid fire. What's your top kink result? Are you proud or surprised?
So my top result is switch, and no, I'm not surprised because I tend to be very open to things.
Mine is Brat, and I guess I'm not surprised because I'm just very a question. Like I'm like, what do you mean? Like, one kink you respect but no isn't for you.
The animal one, like I would definitely watch it. I would watch attractive person be walked around with a little mask and
I'm kind of into that. I
I can
know
see
I
it.
didn't score high on it at all, but like I don't know. I think kink I respect, but I know it isn't for me. I don't know. Like I would say because zero, like the tying up and stuff like that. Like I just it's a hard time for it's hard for me to release control, and so like I can't imagine like someone like I don't have that intimacy or comfortability with anybody, um for like that to have somebody tie me up like you know what I mean, and or
But
for
would you tie somebody else up?
I don't think I would, because then I'd be like, okay, so can I untie you? Like, I will say, I didn't want to get too much in it, but people who are like overly submissive, I also am like, okay, I don't know if I know what to do with you, because like it's people who are like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, babes, hey, like I'm moderate, like
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, I did not mean to. I think I'm gonna be done. I don't think I can do. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
anyway, we'll talk about it more. We'll talk about it more. Um, would you? Wouldn't you? Or would you with prep? Mm, skip.
Yeah.
Um, what's one thing that belongs on everyone's aftercare menu?
Bathing. Is that like
That's a good one. I mean, I wasn't thinking that wasn't the first thing that came to mind. I was thinking like a good conversation about, hey, did you enjoy it? Like, what did you like the most about it? What, but but bathing, sure. I think that's really good. Like, I think I'm thinking about emotional sort of hygiene, and you're thinking about physical, and so like I think
over
that's the
needed?
fire
Yeah.
is. Um, if you could erase one kink myth forever, what would it be? That nobody not into something like to Kay's point, everybody's into something.
Yeah. That's so annoying. Like the fact that sex is a taboo thing is so annoying because it's like, look at this world. Like it's a whole, it's billions of us. So somebody out there, yeah.
Exactly. A bath we stink, Kay. Correct.
You can take a
um
bath together. That's part. Okay, let me shut up. Go ahead.
okay, what's your favorite safe word? I've never used one because I don't. If we got to do that, girl, we not getting down.
Um, I probably honestly, it may not even be a word. It may be like, hey, like whoa, wait, like
Uh-huh.
I don't know. But I've
I
never
mean,
had.
yeah, I'm quick to say, oh, I'm so sorry, can't.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
whoa. No.
what do you? Well, hold on, holiday. Got this shit first. What do you think is sexier, mystery or clarity?
You go first.
I think clarity was the first thing that came to mind, but like I love a good mystery. But I think clarity like just gives me peace and calmness.
I think mystery, cause I'm nosy. I be like, what's happening over there? Like when something be happening down the street, like the police or the firefighters, like at a house down the street, you be like, what's going on? Is everything okay? That's me. I want to know. I'm not gonna go over there, but the next time I'll be like, Susie, what happened? Why was the police here?
Okay, moving on to pop culture. Would you rather be remembered as the wifey or the eater? Lauren laughing at us talking about our safe word is no. Correct.
But no, sometimes no mean go, so you can use no. You go. I don't know.
Wifey, of course. I'm not about to be known as nobody damn eater. I'm not gonna be that damn good, bitch. You're not gonna have that much that much practice with me for me to be yo eater. No, I mean people might say that, but that's just 'cause I'm cute. Like you know what I mean. I'm cute. I'm hot. Like people are gonna say somebody's their eater, and I didn't really do nothing, girl. I gave you a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah. I mean, I really, in general, I don't really care. But I guess if I had to pick, I feel like wifey's, and I'm a wife, so I guess, well, I'll pick that.
I feel like you would be a little bit more fun, and you would want like
I could be both. Let's give you the book, but okay.
Okay, which lyric from Cardi B sums up your Sextember mood?
Damn, I wish I would have had. You go first.
I think I say my what is up? My waist thin, ass fat, that jury on them. That's right. All right, up to last night.
I think one that just the first one that came to my mind was probably I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me say I got this ring. I don't know why, because I do be cooking, y'all. I mean, I be cooking sometimes. I do be cleaning, but yeah, I think that one.
Yeah, this is definitely mine. Well, not that part, but
That's my song.
for sure. Face bomb, ass tight, rack, stack up, shack, hype, jewelry on me, flashlight. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Cardi eats like I don't understand. I don't understand the. Okay, I'm not even gonna go down there, but okay.
this is boring, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay, some other ones. What's a better compliment? You're unforgettable in the bedroom, or you're unforgettable in the boardroom. That's so boring.
The boardroom.
At work, boo, boo. It's Sextember,
I
boo.
mean, if you gonna make me the CEO or something, sure, but
Yeah, skip. What is your current green flag in relationships? And I guess this can be in general relationships, Miss Mary.
I feel like it's communication. Like kind of like we touched on before, like people are different, people have similarities, differences, but like if we can have communication, then I feel like things can be copacetic.
I think for me, it's consideration. I think a little bit more than
Mm.
communication. Like I think something that like I really like is just people who are thoughtful, intentional, and like really making moves and space for someone, or whatever. Or for me in particular, like, like I think that that's like a nice like okay. Um, and then what's one personal boundary you've learned this year?
Fuck how you feel.
I feel.
Like it's definitely
Please,
like
what
I've
was
been
this,
very
honey?
considerate about people, but
Communication, emotional intelligence. I feel like Steven blended both of ours together.
yeah.
I think a personal boundary that I've learned this year is I don't know. I think moderation is what's popping up in mind of just like, taking people in moderation and then giving myself in moderation. I think is an important boundary that I still like don't do well. Like I feel like I'm like like I'm gonna give you me, and like I'm trying to learn to like rein myself in a little bit more, because I know I want other people to sometimes do that, and so it's
Yeah.
like, you know, and then if you had to pick passionate chaos or calm consistency.
Passionate chaos sounds toxic, which I'm not against.
I'm gonna say it sounds like your vibe, but go. Yeah, I think passionate chaos just means like it's sporadic, it's like impromptu, it's
But
like
the chaos is the part for me. Like, why I gotta
why I
be?
gotta be chaotic?
Yeah, because
Why
I'm
can't you
like,
see?
yeah, we may have good sex, but I just had to fight your baby mama outside because she was tripping. Like, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. I like calm consistency, I guess. The thing is, I have commitment issues. So, do I actually like calm consistency? I don't think so.
You know?
But passionate chaos just gives me anxiety.
Yeah, that one just kind of scared me. I'm gonna stay in a safe zone. Will I turn it down? No, but if I have to choose, I'll go calm.
And then, Sextember in one word for you, go.
Necessary.
Fast.
You think it's fast?
Like like a cheetah girl. Hot.
The fact that you said cheetah girl,
Because that's why I said fast. Oh,
I was
fast
like,
girl.
amigas, cheetahs. Like,
Period.
okay.
And then lastly, thank y'all so much for joining. Please like, follow, subscribe, follow me on social media, follow Kay. And before we go, I want to wrap up with like one piece of advice that you give your younger self about sex/pleasure.
One piece of advice I would give my younger self, I would say don't be ashamed and make sure you are safe in doing what you want to do.
That's really good. Not Miles, just follow or just subscribe to my channel. He been on how many of these?
Not like September.
Oh, that gagged me. Wow. Um, whew. I think my piece of advice that I give my younger self about sex and pleasure is I think I don't know. I'm leaning towards something of like, being okay at not being as fast as the rest of these girls has been.
Yeah.
Because I think like something that like I think is so funny when I like talk about with like my other queer friends, like they were just very like and sometimes like not to their, their own doing, but like, hypersexualized younger. And
Yeah.
so, like I already told y'all what I did in high school, but like, aside from like that was it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like whereas like that's not the same for so many folks. Like they was getting hot. Like I remember I didn't download Grinder till like I don't know, like my second year of college or later. And like I remember like they had people who we went to school with, like who had it in school, which wild. But I'm like, what am I do with that? And, like I'm such a rule follower, which I kind of wish I wasn't. But like I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I would tell myself like, like it's okay to not necessarily match as much.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I sex so much because I was doing that. But the rest of it, like when I
Yeah.
say girl, like I remember being in the chat rooms just playing, joking, and high school, middle school girl just wasn't planning on and wasn't even thinking about
Exactly.
meeting with like nobody for real, for real.
Yeah.
Like just being high. I'm like, girl, a cute kiss, a cute what was the second base is a boob. I like girl, cute little, maybe a little bit of third girl, but mm-mm. But anyway, thank y'all so much for joining us for Sextember. It was very impromptu. We've known about it for like I guess the last few days or at least a week or so,
Mhm.
but y'all have known about it literally today. Um, and
Okay.
so yeah, thank y'all for being a part. Let us know what other content you want to see the Hot Mess Mind Girlies come up with because I definitely would love to have Kay and Sammy back on more and more sporadically, and maybe even doing some TikTok stuff. But I don't really the TikTok be overwhelming me. But anyway, mwah. Bye everybody. This was fun.